Welcome everyone back to the European Journeyman save. In today's episode, we can do a double. We've got a league game against Copenhagen, and then we have a cup final against Midtjylland. Since you last left us, when we played the last few games in the Champions League, we've done a little bit of transfer business. We've done quite a bit of transfer business, actually. Some deadline stuff. Some players have left. So obviously you knew about Excavate and Archer. The only one who left after the window was Eric Karl. So he's went to Molde for 3.3 million. Obviously, he was kind of a rotation player this year, being replaced, so he's gone. We signed a couple of players late on in the window. So Patricio Garçon is a 23-year-old Argentinian striker. Some very, very good technicals, some very good mentals and physicals as well. We signed him for £9 million from Independiente in Argentina. He's done very, very well so far. 6 goals in 9 appearances with 3 assists. Definitely been one of the star players. Another striker we signed is Christian Granheim. He is a Norwegian 23-year-old striker. So a little bit less expensive, but also just as good. 6 goals in 9. So we've definitely done well with the strikers. As you can see, things have been going really well. We obviously are out of Europe now. We progressed in the semi-final of the Cup, beating Brøndby over 2 legs. We lost against Lyngby in Copenhagen, but other than that, we've pretty much been winning games. We did draw one against Aalborg as well, but everything else we've really just been winning. As you can see, lots of goals from our new boys. Almad has been scoring. Trincao, obviously, is our top goal scorer this year. He's been in the goals. Our new centre-back's been picking up some. And Leon Delap has actually turned into quite a decent striker as well. He's been scoring. That competition has done well for him. But he is one of many players who are actually going to be leaving us. We've got a couple of deals agreed for players. We will take a look at these in more depth in the transfer window episode, which will hopefully be the next episode. We will then also be taking a look at some of the exits, but as you can see, a bit of an overview. There's some big players leaving, but like I say, we'll take a look at that more specifically. We can do the double today. So we've got a league game against Copenhagen. So the way that everything stands at the minute, we are 13 points clear of both Copenhagen and Nordsjælland. I think it's pretty clear we are winning the league. If we were to win today, we'd go 16 points clear of Copenhagen with 4 games remaining. So we'd be obviously beating them. And we'd still be 13 points clear of Nordsjælland if they win their game. So all to play for. If we draw today, that's also Copenhagen out of the running. If Nordsjælland don't win their game and we draw, they would also win the league. So we are going to play Copenhagen and Midtjylland. If for whatever reason we don't at least get a draw against Copenhagen, then I don't know what I'll do. Maybe we'll play the Nordsjælland game in this episode as well, or we'll just play till we win the league or something. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a long episode. I don't know, but we've got the potential to win the game, win the league right now, so let's just go do it. Truben's been injured, so he's actually just come back from his injury, so I'm not going to throw him straight in an important game. Gustav's been fine. Back 4 is Grufam, Bejovic, Slotziger and Ruiz. Midfield of Sangare and Harvey Elliott. Trincao on the right, Glenn Rash on the left, and then Patricio Garçon and Granheim up top. Why am I not playing some of these boys? Well, they're on their way out, so I'd rather play players who are going to be here. So Biancheri and Delap dropped to the bench. But yeah, I mean, these 2 new boys have been very, very good. They've played sometimes as a lone striker. It's mostly we've just gone back to the 4-2-4. The 4-3-2-1 experiment never really got started because as soon as we went back to the 4-2-4, we were winning loads of games. So, and our strikers both seem good. The new ones that we've signed. So, had we not signed those 2 new strikers, we'd have been a little bit less well equipped on strikers. So, perhaps we wouldn't have switch back to the 4-2-4, but we've got plenty of strikers now. We've got these 2 boys and then Albertengo on the bench as well. So we're plenty stocked in strikers, so I think just going back to 2 up top makes the most sense. We've got some good players joining us in the summer as well. We've got some good players leaving us. The reason why we're selling Delap and Biancheri is just that we've had very good offers for them. £17 million for Biancheri, who joined us on a free, and £30 million for Delap, who all in honesty has scored, I think, 2 or 3 goals in the league so far this year, so that's a huge offer. Tottenham were actually interested in him, but we're actually, I mean, Daniel Levy doing Daniel Levy bits was actually shortchanging us. Oh, and Glenn Rash, one of our own boys, homegrown boy, gets us the opening goal. It's AGF 1, Copenhagen 0, and as it stands, we will be league champions. This would be a very nice way to do it, massively clear of all the other teams. We've definitely been better this season. And since we had the championship split, like I always say, the teams around you do tend to drop more points because they're just playing tougher games more often. We haven't really dropped points. We just keep winning games. Nordsjælland and Copenhagen have both been dropping points, probably more than you'd expect. So we are potentially wrapping it up with 4 games to go, which is very, very good, very well ahead of schedule. I think we did feel like title favourites considering we won it last time. And this Granheim boy looks very, very good. Christian Granheim does really well. He's not that quick in his stats. Garson's much quicker, but he does look quick quite a lot of times. I've not really settled on a reason for playing one as the pressing forward, one as the advanced forward. It's kind of just Garson's probably a little bit more technical. So he just plays as pressing forward because the pressing forward sometimes is a bit quicker as well, so he's better at closing down. But other than that, I mean, there's no great reason for playing it. Neither of them are definitely natural pressing forwards. I've noticed Granheim plays a bit better as the advanced forward. Garson doesn't really matter which side he plays on. They do get a goal back, so it's 2-1. So it's definitely not wrapped up. We need to be careful. But yeah, I mean, they're both playing really well. I noticed Garson does get a lot of assists as well for a striker, which is good. And Granheim's got a goal and assist as well, so he's been perfect. He's probably been the most in form of all the strikers this season. So I'm really happy with that. Obviously, we're losing 2 big players in Archer and Granheim in Delap in one season, but we've kind of replaced them already. I don't think we need to worry about replacing them in the summer. Oh no, Copenhagen are back in. Juan Hernandez hits the post, almost got his second of the game, and then Trincão's brought down. We need to be careful. We don't want to throw away this. It's a very good opportunity to win the league now. And I want to do it now so that it's wrapped up and we can do the double in one episode. That would be mint. Yeah, let's get another gear in. Go on, I'm going to get in a 3rd gear, get in a 4th, maybe even 5th. Bloody hell. Madness. I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, we're whipped in from Copenhagen, well cleared from Slotziger. I do think Bejovic is, now that he's settled, has been a very good addition to the team. He's definitely not like as good as you would think with his star rating, but he's definitely better than the 2 we had. And that's not to say Slotziger and Mark and Daly weren't good, but I do think he's a little bit better. He started to get a few goals from corners as well. He's a big boy, so you would expect that. So it is nice to see. Glenn Rash has been playing quite a bit actually on the left. He's been quite good since we brought him in. With Biancheri going out, and obviously he's a homegrown boy. We want to improve him. Garson does really well there on the turn. Unfortunately, it was a decent save from the Copenhagen goalkeeper. And speaking of Copenhagen, their manager actually took the Lille job this season, and already he's shown his insecure already. Like, he's clearly not done a very good job. They should have just signed me. I'd have done a much better job. But no job offers. Speaking of job offers, we haven't had anything yet, other than the Bayer Leverkusen one, which I feel like is big. Like, it's quite a big job. So I don't know, maybe the teams like less than that don't really think I would want to go for it, so aren't offering me the job. That could be part of it. But yeah, I mean, we'll just continue on. We obviously have been on a month-to-month contract this entire time at AGF, so there's no reason to sign a new deal. We're pretty happy with where we are. Let's make a couple of changes. We will bring let's bring Nick Ullum on for Elliot. He's a little bit tired. Let's bring Almada on for Trincão. And we'll keep Sangare on. Sangare's been decent. He's obviously been replacing Excabe. We've had to do a bit of a mid-season rebuild in terms of players leaving. Juan Hernandez trying to get the equaliser, thankfully does not. A draw would still put Copenhagen out of the running for the league, but it wouldn't necessarily put Nordsjælland out of it, so we need to hold on here. I feel like we're hanging on a little bit. Nick Ullum gets on the end of a Granheim pass. It was a little bit short change, but he's done well, and he tries to play Glenn Rash for, I think it would have been Glenn Rash. It had to go through, and it didn't. It's knocked up to slots again. Ullum knocks it on. Almada can't get there, but he does get there the second time. Garson is very, very quick, by the way. Does really well to get round his man. Plays it in the middle to Nick Ullum. Into Glenn Rash, and Glenn Rash finishes. Is he onside, though? This is a big, big goal. If he's onside, this is 3-1 with about 5 minutes to go. That's it. And it is in. It was awarded. That's 2 for him today. 1 of our own. But let's not. It might not be all done yet. Juan Hernandez whips it in. Back stick. Oh, it's going to be one of those. I can just sense it. Rygaard scores. Right. No. Let's not have this. Joe Lopez, you're coming on. And I don't really want to take him off, but he's so tired. Glenn Rash can come off as well, Biancheri. And then what we're going to do is time waste. We are not messing about. We want to win this now. Garçon on the ball. Didn't really want to see a highlight, but there you go. Whips it in. Biancheri gets up there. No one there. No one covering. Slotziger. Oh, really great interception. Up to Garçon. Biancheri gets there. Ullum into Granheim. And Granheim scores. Come on. Christian Granheim. Brilliant finish. Great work from Ullum. Great work from Biancheri as well to keep it alive. 4-2, and that should hopefully wrap it up. And we've actually got a corner. Thiago Almada whips in. Nick Ullum back to Almada for some reason. Back to Nick Ullum. Into Slotziger. I thought he was going to have a shot if he could find his feet. Lopez into Casper Green. We've got a lot of, at least I think one thing I've been happy with, we have managed to integrate a lot of the decent youth players. There's been some decent youth players come in. So I think it's been good that we've been able to integrate them. Obviously, we've got Casper Green playing, Glenn Rash, Nick Ullum. I know they've all been involved in the team. So it's good that we've been able to get those boys. It would have been nice to get more, but obviously, you kind of just got to take the cream of the crop. But that's it. We have won the league. And we've done so with a lot of decent, enough homegrown players. Obviously, there's a registration thing. But I feel like we've not just totally went out and got a team of wonder kid Argentinians. We've got a couple. But you know what I mean? I mean, most of them aren't wonder kids. They're like 23, 24. They're just Argentinian. Yeah, we've managed to do it with a lot of Danish players. Obviously, Gulstorff in goal today. Is usually a second choice, but we've obviously had Mikkel Fischer, we've had Kanegard was involved in the squad, he has left. Slotziger, Eric Karl is Swedish, I don't know why I mentioned him. We've had there's Norwegians in and around the squad. We've got some English boys. It's a nice squad, I think. I'm very happy with what we've built here, and we have won the league for a second time. That's 2 league titles in 2 years now. Brilliant stuff. The confetti drops down from nowhere. Brilliant stuff. We've won the league with a good win as well. 4-2 over pretty much our competition rival. I know Nordsjælland have having a better season, but usually it's Copenhagen we're competing with. So we've done really well there. Brilliant stuff. We move up to, you know what? We've made a little bit of a jump there. So we're up to here. I mean, we're still miles away from the top, but we've done well. And are we not in any sort of Hall of Fame now? Or were we already in one? So we're definitely not in the overall one. I know that. Nationality, we're still not in the... I mean, we're miles away from the English one. Okay, that's interesting. Nation. I mean, we're not in the Denmark one yet either. Will a cup get us in there? I don't know how much a cup's worth. I feel like the cup might get us in there. So if we can win the cup, we might get in the top 10 for Danish. Are we in there for... We're definitely not in there for Belarus because we didn't win anything. We are in there for Slovenia, so we could do okay there. But yeah, we're still not really anywhere close to this. We probably need to move to a better division, win some stuff there. But very happy with that. We've won the league. That's what the board wanted, but we've done so in style. Just the 4 losses so far. Let's try and keep that going. And let's try and do the double once again. Obviously, we won the cup last season. We beat Aalborg in the final. We were actually runners-up before that. So this is our 3rd cup final in a row. So we've won 1, lost 1. Let's try and win another. Midtjylland 6th in this league. So in theory, we're a much better side. So we should win it. But cup finals are always weird. But yeah, let's go do the cup final. So for our second game of the episode, we have got the cup final. We're going to go with the same team. The only difference is Sangare is suspended. So he's had to come out. We've put Harvey Elliott as the ball winner. A little bit suspect. But Nick Ullum into deep line playmaker, who's actually showing some pretty good potential now, as well as being very good. A very good player, so he's definitely our out-and-out starter. I mean, he's a hell of a player, isn't he? Trincao on the right, Glenn Rash on the left, Garçon and Granheim, Ruiz, Slotziger, Bejovic, Grootfarm, and Gulstorff. I don't want to throw a keeper in who's not fit when it's such a big game. I think Gulstorff's done fine. So, let's go do the double. We are playing Midtjylland. We beat them recently in the league pretty easily, so you'd hope we'd be able to repeat it, but it's no guarantee. We did really well against Copenhagen. We did concede a couple, which was a little bit disappointing, but they are a much better side. I mean, these haven't won in 5, so unless some sort of miracle happens for them, we should be winning this. I think this would get us into the sort of best ever top 10 Danish accomplishments, managers, whatever, of all time, which would be really cool. Garçon on the turn. It's a decent effort. Good bit of pressing. That's why I like to play him as the pressing forward because he's very, very quick. Is it? I think his work rate's like okay and stuff. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's okay, but he's really good off the ball. He's very, very quick. Got lots of stamina as well, so great for a pressing forward. He can do it all game. He's good with the ball. His first touch is good, so he can set. I feel like the pressing forward often isn't the goal scorer. It's a lot of times the person who wins the ball back and then or chases it down or gets behind and plays a pass in. Whereas Granheim seems to be, even though his finishing is actually worse, he seems to be a better finisher than Garçon. But they're both good, and I think we've got what's probably going to be our front two next season, unless someone really good becomes available. I think we've got our front two, but good clearance there. Elliott does lose the ball, which is a little bit worrying because he's the ball winner today, which is definitely not his natural position. He's definitely better as a deep line playmaker, but I think for next season, I mean, the goals just got to be the same at this point, and they do go through, though. Oh, it's a great tackle from Slotziger, who is the skipper now. He is our out-and-out captain. I mean, Midtjylland are doing all right here. They've whipped it in. We've done just about to get it out, but they're definitely causing us some issues here. We definitely need to be careful and take more of a handle on the game. But yeah, I mean, it's really just same again for next season. I think one thing we've got to try and do is do better in the Champions League. I think the league and cup is I mean, the cup is a little bit of luck. You have to get a little bit lucky sometimes. Not lucky, but sometimes you can unluckily get knocked out, especially if you've rotated too much or what have you, which I guess isn't really luck. It's just choosing to not fancy it. But I do think there's not that many rounds, so we can usually just play the kids against some pretty poor ones. And then as it gets harder, Midtjylland have scored. I think the linesman's got his flag up. I'm not sure what for. There's no VAR, which is odd. I thought there'd be VAR in this, but yeah, it was a little bit odd. We haven't really taken control of this. I do think not having a proper ball winner in midfield is hurting us a little bit, making me think maybe we should switch Ullum and Elliott around. Not that I think that would matter too much. And they're in again. Thankfully, Gulstorff's made a really good save that time. It wasn't offside, so it would have counted that time. So we're under the cosh a little bit here. It's definitely not the routine win that I was expecting, and we were much better against Copenhagen. This is what I said, especially on Football Manager, or I guess in real life as well. But cup finals are weird. Like you can definitely be the better side, and just come in and not do well. But Trincao on the corner whips it in. Slotziger's there, and I think that would have really settled us because sometimes it can happen when you're playing a team who's definitely worse than you. They just keep getting very, very close, and then your quality, you just get one more better than them, and then that's it, right? Trincau's having a really bad game, so we'll bring Almada on. I've not been too worried about playing Almada out wide. He's quite quick, so even though yes, it's not necessarily his most natural position, he's done quite well. Slotziger, I mean, he definitely fouled him there. I'm surprised that's been let go, but yeah, he's more than good enough to play out wide, and here he is playing out wide, and it's a lovely ball in. Referee said it was offside. I'm not sure about that. I thought he might have just been on. It must have been Granheim who was off. I think it was Granheim who was offside. Okay. I was sure Almada was onside, but I guess Granheim must have just been offside. But, I mean, this is anyone's game at this point. Whoever gets the first goal probably wins. That was a banger, wasn't it? Bloody hell. That from like a mile out on the volley. Ugh. Oof, that's annoying. Right, let's make some changes. Joel Lopez, you can come on. Glenn Rash has been poor. Let's bring Biancheri on. Kind of want to bring a striker on as well. You're struggling. Let's bring you on. I'll leave the last one because we've still got 30 minutes left. This is poor. We need to get an equaliser. We've got the better team, so we should be, but there's no guarantee we're going to win the league. Maybe I've been a bit too... I haven't been too confident. I've played our best team. We did just play the league game 3 days ago, so potentially a little bit tired legs, which I think is showing because we've had to bring so many boys off. Biancheri, in behind to Granheim. Where's his support? Biancheri's brought down. It's a penalty. Sometimes you just need a little bit of luck to get back in it. That was lucky. Who's taking the pen? Is it Almada? Thiago Almada on the penalty. Finishes it nicely. Well done. Thiago Almada gets his third. He's doing the robot. Does he do that in real life? I don't know about that. I like it though. You know what? I think there should be more like funny celebrations in the game. I feel like, especially with like new gens and stuff, I feel like there should be more custom celebrations. I think that would be funny. I don't really know who to bring on. Let's bring a centre back on. Mark and Daly's won some headers this season. So is Slotziger, but he's very tired, so we'll take him off. Yeah, I really want to make an attacking change, but they're not that tired, so I need to bring off the players who are really tired. Ideally, I'd take the left back off, but we don't have another one. We are trying to bring in a young lad from Chelsea who'd just be a rotation player on a free. They've got an injured player. Okay, he was actually good, that Granas. Garson's picked up a knock, and if this goes to extra time, we'll be able to take him off. It looks like it is going to go to extra time. It is going to extra time, which is exciting, but it's not really good enough from us. We will definitely take him off. Albertengo or Liam Delap. This is a big call. Albertengo probably has more goals. 8 and 25. Liam Delap actually has 10 and 12. I mean, he's scored a lot in the cup. 7 and 3. Well, he's coming on. He's a cup boy. This is why he can score in the cup. Liam Delap's on for potentially his last game for the club. He might play another league game or something, but he is definitely leaving in the summer. So if he could leave us with a cup final goal, that would definitely help his image, because he hasn't scored a lot in the league. But he scored quite a lot in the cup, so maybe he just scores against the minnows though. He's definitely scored some in the. I'm sure he scored like 4 against Copenhagen in the cup, so in one of the legs. Well, that was a very uneventful first half, wasn't it? There's definitely something to say for getting rid of extra time, isn't there? Very uneventful half. I mean, I don't want to go to penalties because we've already had a penalty in the game, and that usually means you don't score again. I have a weird theory that if you take a penalty in the regular game and then you take one in the shootout, you usually miss. I don't know why. It's just like you're already taking a second penalty. There's extra mind games. We're getting pressured here, and we're not doing well at all. I thought this was going to be our highlight. I thought we were going to go and score the winner. I was very disappointed there. Yeah, we need to win the ball back. We haven't. They're through. Oh my God, Gulstorff. That is honking goalkeeping, but thankfully it has not cost us. This is very close. The boys are not too happy. I'm going to berate them. I'm going to throw like a shoe at them from a distance or something. Some of them are happy, some of them are not. The strikers are happy, so hopefully they go and score. Right, they haven't. I didn't even realise the time. Penalties. Right, Almada is definitely taking number 1 because he already took one. I know, the theory. Nick Ullum Liam Delap can take the second one. I don't like putting defenders and midfielders on them. Strikers, that's their job. He's not the best penalty taker. Nick Ullum, not as good at finishing. You know what? He's really composed. He can take... I don't really like any of these choices. I know Biancheri's not a very good penalty taker, but he's composed and he's a good finisher. You can take number 5 because you're very composed. Not a great finisher. It's not just about penalties, it's about all of them. Then Casper Green, then centre-backs have got to be low, and then the rest of the boys can just fill it out. Gulstorff, you can take number 11. You know what? Let's be funny. You can do number 10 just in case. I really hope that doesn't come back to it. I never know what to say here. I never know. Stay calm. Sure. Didn't affect them in the slightest. Right, penalties. This is basically the best thing Michelin could have really hoped for. Diego to take the first one. Come on, Gulstorff. Oh, Gulstorff. Hero. A Danish hero saves the first one. Right, Almada, you already scored 1. Just go with the same side. He won't know what hit him. He hasn't gone the same side. It's been saved. I told you, just go with the same side. It's double mind games. It's reverse psychology. Right. We're 0-0 here. Vivaldo for Midtjylland. Well, he scored, so we have to score now. This is what I told you. If you take one in the game, you miss one in the shootout. It's a foolproof theory. Right, Delap. Oh, that's a great penalty. He should have took the first one. That was a really good penalty. He went the right side as well. 1-1. It's just tit for tat. Lee for Midtjylland. Oh, Gulstorff saved again. Come on. Right, let's score this time. Granheim. He's not missing. I'm not worried. I could shut my eyes. He's definitely going to score. He scored. I didn't really shut my eyes, but he definitely scored. Good stuff. 2-1. Let's save this one. Take the pressure off. Sørensen. It's a decent pen, to be fair. In the corner. Didn't hit it too hard, but was well placed enough. Biancheri, he's leaving the club. Let's have a penalty to see you're out. Biancheri. That was bloody close, wasn't it? That could have went anywhere, that. Smashes it off the underside of the bar. Bounced all over, but thankfully did cross the line. Whew, that was close. Right. Gulstorff can win us the cup. He's already saved 2. Can he make it 3? Oh, that was a good pen. Stuarwald, what a name. Stuarwald bags it. It's 3-3. Nick Ullum, this is why we put him at number 5. He's got the composure. Can he do a composed finish? He's not a great finisher, but he's decent at pens. He's composed. He's scoring the winner. Number 6, he's one of our own. He's put it down the middle. It's saved. 3-3. This is going to be. They're going to win it now because yeah. What Goldstock? What are you doing? He didn't even bother. He didn't even look like he even tried to save it. He's literally just let that in. Oh yeah, there's something going on here. Oh, now youngster Casper Green's taken one. No, he's definitely going to miss. I just knew it. What are we doing there, man? All right, fair enough. Midtjylland have won it, but that is awful. Nick Ullum was literally picked to be number 5 because he's so composed, and he does a. I mean, it wasn't the worst penalty, but it was just down the middle. If you're gonna go down the middle, you've got to go like up. You got to go above and just smash it, not like straight at the chest. Ah, well. Fair play to Midtjylland, they've won it. I don't need to see this. I do not need to see this. Fair play to them, they've won it. At least we are... Yeah, whatever. We weren't really that good, but we just won the league, so I won't... I mean, to be fair, we didn't even score in the game, so... Yeah. I'm not going to blame Casper Green. I knew he was missing. That's on Nick Ullum. Garson's injured. Brilliant. Right. Well, kind of a mixed bag, but we've still won the league, and that's the important one. We reached the initial semi-final, so we got to another cup. We're not very good at cup finals, are we? 2 lost now. It's always played here at Park and big ground. Yeah, fair play to Midtjylland. They've won one, so they're going to get into Europe, so fair play for them. Don't know what that means for the rest of the boys. Yeah, I think they'll still be fine. All right, well, that's going to do it for this season. We've still got 4 league games, but league's wrapped up, so we'll just play them off camera, and next time we come back, we'll be doing the transfer special. So another season where realistically we just need to do better in the Champions League. I think that's what we need to be doing now. We obviously qualify for the Champions League outright because we finished first. So as long as we can do better than 1 win in 8, we'll improve. 4 points is the points to beat. Let's try and get in the top 24. That's got to be the goal. So thank you for watching. Did I just see Granheim was top scorer? Our boy's top scorer in the Champions League. Didn't know he was doing that well in the Champions League. Good for him. 10 and 13. That's got to include qualifiers. It has to. Absolutely has to. Anyway, that'll do it for now. Where did they finish? Yeah, they only won 1 as well. So they drew 3 though. That's really not bad. They got some good results. Fair play. Fair play. Right. That'll do it for now. Like I say, next episode will be the transfer special. So we'll come back probably just after this game, and then we'll do all of the transfer stuff. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the European Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.